Good evening, everyone. Happy Wednesday. So you can see behind me the clouds beginning to move on in, looking live in Bellingham. Beautiful afternoon. Tonight going to turn a lot more cloudy. Rain chances not really heading in until we get closer to midnight, and then more beyond that. Now Westport, we are starting to see the clouds thicken out ahead of some of the chances that we have of seeing the rain too, but it's going to be farther north up there across Whatcom County, more into Skagit County, and up across Clallam County too, that will have the better rain chances head on in here. So looking at the satellite radar picture, starting to see a few returns showing up here across Vancouver Island, and then right at the tip of the Olympic Peninsula around Nia Bay. You can see that's very faint, so really maybe not a lot of this hitting the ground as it's moving through, but we are starting to see at least the chances arriving, and they are going to pick up as we go later on in the night as this system continues to spin on through. That's going to help to bring the front on by as we go later on into this evening, and then by early tomorrow morning most of it will be heading on off towards the east, but we'll keep some chances around even as we go into tomorrow afternoon. Right now, beautiful out ahead of it again here in Puget Sound. 74 currently in Seattle. That wind coming out of the south at 14 miles per hour. A lot of blue skies, very comfortable with the temperatures in the low to mid 70s across the region. 70 degrees in Shelton, 72 in Olympia, and then up near 80, or at least flirting with it in Puyallup, with 70 in Everett, and then more 60s around Oak Harbor, Bellingham, and in Friday Harbor. We go into the night, we start to see a little more eastward movement to the front, and that will help to at least start to bring some of those chances onto more of the Olympic Peninsula, and then we'll start to see that pick up across the San Juan Islands up here into Skagit and Whatcom counties. You're also noticing the colors showing up, the deeper greens, the yellows, steadier rain expected up this way where we could see some of the higher amounts. Then that will move on by as we go past midnight and into early tomorrow morning. Still keeping a chance of some showers around. They'll be into your morning commute. Not a huge concern by any means at all. Probably will get less than 1/10 of an inch as this moves on by, and then once we see that move on off towards the east, chances into the afternoon will be more hit or miss. We'll see partly sunny skies develop, and high pressure, it does take over as we go later on into Thursday night, and more so into Friday, and definitely over the weekend as we'll start to get a lot more sunshine and the heat that will start to rebuild back into the area. So speaking of some of those amounts, Everett right here is where we could see a weak convergence zone start to set up, so that's why we possibly could see some higher amounts. May not be quite up to that half an inch where you're seeing right there, but I think the better chances of seeing a half an inch, if we do get to see it into the foothills of more of Whatcom County, we'll see between about 1/10 to 1/4 of an inch in those parts, and then out closer to more of Quileute and across more of Clallam County right there, or at least getting closer to the coast. We could see the areas there pick up between 1/10 to 2/10, and again, anywhere south of there is where we expect less than 1/10 of an inch, so it's not going to be a slam dunk that all of us get any measurable rainfall out of this. Lows tonight could be chilly in some spots as we could drop down into the 40s like in Shelton and Olympia. Lower to mid 50s elsewhere. 60s and 70s for highs tomorrow. It will be our coolest day with some of those showers moving out of here earlier on. 68 in Linwood, 71 in Bellevue for a high. Redmond topping off at 68 degrees. South Sound seeing more of the upper 60s and lower 70s there. 76 on Friday. We'll start to see more sunshine as we head throughout the weekend. Those temperatures warming up nicely back into the mid 80s and staying there on into next Monday and Tuesday.